Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. Tonight from California. In fact, we're going to be here all week unless they surround me with torches and pitchforks. I want to start with the controversial ad that featured Florida quarterback Tim Tebow last night and his mom. Please, if you have children, please usher them out of the room quickly. It was disturbing. It aired during the Super Bowl last night. Naturally, now the National Organization for Women is outraged. Again, remove the children. Plug their ears. In case you missed it, here was that disturbing ad.
I call him my miracle baby. He almost didn't make it into this world. I can remember so many times when I almost lost him. It was so hard. Well, he's all grown up now, and I still worry about his health. You know, with all our family's been through, we have to be tough. Timmy, we're trying to tell our story here.
Sorry about that, Mom.
Whoa. You see what happened here? Offensive, right? Now has put out a statement that the ad promotes violence against women and, quote, CBS should be ashamed for airing it. Really? That's all the National Organization of Women could come up with? Really? I didn't think of the violence with that ad. Maybe you did. I mean, he's a football player. He's pretending to tackle his mom. It's not an evil magic box. It's called television. Now, I want to know if the National Organization of Women, expects that all football players in America are going to go brutally attack their mom today for no good reason. But I also like to know if now has come out against this. Same Super Bowl, different subject.
Mike, what is your deal, man?
Oh, come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
I love that ad. I thought that was the best ad of the Super Bowl, but not a peep out of the National Organization of Women. Why isn't that violence against women? Oh, my goodness. It's not just violence against women. It's violence against old women. Why the hate from the National Organization of Women? I'm just asking. Why the hate? Why the hate? Hello, America. There was another Super Bowl ad that ran last night. Perhaps you caught it. It was for the census. Yes, our government spent $2.5 million of your money on a commercial during the Super Bowl. I don't know about you, but I really wasn't going to answer the census. I didn't even know what it was. But now that I saw the ad on the Super Bowl, I can't wait to participate. It was only part of the $340 million ad campaign to promote the once-a-decade count. $340 million not to count, but to tell you that we will be counting. The president has the nerve to lecture America on wasting money.
When times are tough, you tighten your belts. You don't go buying a boat when you can barely pay your mortgage. You don't blow a bunch of cash on Vegas when you're trying to save for college.
You don't buy ads on the Super Bowl. Ooh. Do we really have to listen to this president preach to us about fiscal responsibility? Maybe it's just me, but I think that's a little like abstinence-only sex education taught by Tiger Woods. Well, what do I know? President Obama is a lot of smart things. He's accomplished. He's good-looking. He gives good speeches. He's married to a woman with unbelievably well-toned arms, I hear. But he's as fiscally responsible as a real housewife of Orange County at a Louis Vuitton sample sale. When you look back in history, who do you think of when I say huge government programs? Hey, I know. How about FDR? Let me show you FDR's spending compared to our GDP. Here's what FDR did. You see at 10.7, 1934, okay? That's when FDR first got in and said, hey, we got to change everything because Hoover, he stunk on ice. The lowest was 7.7. The highest, if you see, in 1941, you might remember that date because it's supposed to live in infamy. 1941, 12% of GDP. Got it? All right, now let me take a look at President Obama's spending. This is what Obama is planning on spending. Whoa! Remember, highest, 1941, was 12%. Here's the lowest at 22.8%. Okay, may I ask, how is this sustainable? Forget sustainable. How is this even sensible? How is this not suicidal for our country? How is this not going to turn us into, I don't know, Greece? I know I can hear defenders now saying, no, not Bush. Bush, it's his fault. Really? Is it? Let's look at the facts for just a second. How much debt have the last couple of presidents racked up? Let's start with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, when he was president, he racked up an average of 0.8% of deficit, of GDP in deficit per year. 0.8%. Is that good? In any other context other than government? I mean, you know, your company is doing this, you'd be blowing, you know, management out, your household was losing money like this, you might be getting an extra job, canceling the cell phone, the pay channels. But in politics, he's the most fiscally responsible man in the entire universe. Of course, this was mainly because of the yet-to-be-discovered internet bubble and the yet-to-be-discovered financial scandals, but honestly, you know, if you want to believe that this was because of his magical policies, that's fine. I don't really care. Fine. Let's look at Bush now. Here's his number, okay? Here's his number for 8 years. 2% per year on average. Is it bad? Yeah. Stinks on ice. The people on the left, oh, but 2009, that was Bush's fault too. No, not really. But I'm in a giving mood. I'm in California. You know, I'm putting flowers and gun barrels and everything today. So I'm going to blame everything from 2009 on George W. Bush. That adds, right here, TARP, all of this stuff, right here, brings it up to 2.7. We can all agree that this number is unacceptable, right? 2.7%, right? Everybody said Bush was horrible. We're going to do all of Bush's years and TARP on top of it. Surely the man who spends all of his time criticizing, you know, George Bush and the last president and the last administration must be creating less debt than that irresponsible George W. Bush did, right? No. Right, here it is. The average debt in theoretical 8-year presidency of Barack Obama is 5.9%. These are his numbers, not mine. This is based on President Obama's budget numbers, not Glenn Beck's crazy Saturday Night Live opinion. No, these are his. But hey, that's not really fair. I've seen his speeches. We need to eliminate 2009 out of Obama's score because we already gave that to President Bush. Fair enough. If I do that, that brings it here. Yes. So now he's at least partially responsible. You know, we could mention this point, Obama voted for TARP, but he's at least partially responsible for that debt. So that's another story for another day. But if we delete 09 from the Obama score, it lowers it all the way down to 5.5%. Got it? What a huge difference. And it's all of 2009. More than double Bush's average. But I'm feeling incredibly generous today. So sunshine. Let's eliminate debt from the 2009 and 2010 score. Where does that bring us? He's not, this way, Obama's not responsible for anything for the first 2 years, half of his presidency. All of this. There's Barack Obama. Okay, all the way down to 4.7%. You see this? But I'm only eliminating the first half of the first term of his presidency. That's not enough. I mean, that must be Bush's fault, too. Let's take away the first 3 years of the Obama presidency and see where that takes us. Right here. Right here is where it takes us. So now Bush is responsible for the first 3 years of Obama. He's not done anything. 4.1%. And remember, it's Bush's fault. Still double what Bush actually did in 8 years in office. But maybe, if Mother Teresa had her own TV show, she wouldn't be this tough on Barack Obama. He is possibly, I don't know, the Savior.